Hi, it's Sean and Mike from brew-dudes.com, and I got into a little bit of trouble with myself. I don't know how to say this, but I bought the wrong yeast strain online. I don't know. I'm buying kits now. I'm buying kits. I don't have time to pick out ingredients. I go to your favorite online brew store and I look at their kits and say, like, that sounds good, and I just click on it. And of course, they have selections of yeast, and sometimes I say, I know what I'm doing. I'll just go and pick out a yeast strain that I know goes with this kind of beer, this style, and I'll check out and it'll be fine. Well, I bought a Belgian Witbier that I wanted to brew because I like to do that in the summertime. And instead of buying Y yeast 3944, which I believe is their Belgian Witbier strain, I got 3942, which is their Belgian wheat strain, which is a great strain. I'm not saying it's a bad strain, but it's just not the one I wanted. So, I mean, I don't want to use that. I'll probably use it for another beer that I haven't even thought of yet, but that'll be in the fall. So I said to Mike, you know what I'd love to do is get a 6-pack of Hoegaarden, enjoy a few, take the dregs, throw it into a flask, something like that, with, you know, some of some wort that I made from some dried yeast extract, and you know, just cultivate the yeast from that, and then use that to pitch into my Belgian Witbier recipe or kit. And I started reading online, and people are saying, well, you could do that, but Hoegaarden's pasteurized, buddy. Don't be doing that. That's silly. So, talking to Mike, he had some ideas. So, I'm just going to stop talking. I'm going to let him talk about his ideas. So, I was going to buy this 6-pack, but you were like, well, there's other white beers out there, you know.
So then it dawned on me, I said, well, I think like Allagash White, which is a classic white Witbier available, Belgian Witbier available, almost everywhere in the United States, I think. So I said, I don't think they pasteurize, we could use that one. And there must be others too, local breweries or whatever, but then we said, well, why don't we just pick like 3, Hoegaarden, Allagash, and somebody else's favorite.
Yes, unspoken white beer.
And why don't we try and culture from each one? Whichever one takes off, that's one we use. That way we can maybe, let's dispel the myth about Hoegaarden being pasteurized and see what grows and what doesn't grow.
Because that was the counter argument. It's like, well, it might be pasteurized, but I've got something growing in my flask, so I don't know.
It was an incomplete pasteurization, just enough to keep it held back.
Could be.
You never know.
Could be.
So you only need a couple cells in there to get it going again.
So I think that's the plan. I go to the craft beer cellar. I buy a few 4-packs, 6-packs, whatever packs they are, of different white beers, looking maybe on the packaging to see if they're bottle conditioned, non-pasteurized, whatever have you. And then we have like 3 experiments going at once, and we'll see what.
So I think what we do is we get 3 6-packs of our
favorite white beers.
Our favorite white beers, prospects.
Yeah.
We make some starter wort.
Yeah.
Maybe a little 1035 starter wort, and then we drink some beers.
Okay.
We start drinking beers.
Yeah.
And over in Studio A, we have Studio B. Sorry, this is Studio B. We've got glassware. We will prep glassware, and we will pour the dregs from 2 bottles each or something like that into starter flasks with some starter wort, and see how they go. Whichever one takes off, we'll go with that and pitch it into your master wort like a few days later. I can do the culturing. We can kind of step it up to a 2-liter flask and see where we go.
What I'm afraid of is, sir, you had a experiment earlier this year.
Cut! You're right.
Didn't
You're
go so
right.
well.
Didn't go so well.
What did you learn from that that's not going to happen this time?
That I should do that stuff at work, not at home.
Okay.
No, I don't know what happened to that. You know what I think? You know what I think? What happened is the same thing as if you wanted to try to do wild, spontaneous fermentation. Is that if a yeast doesn't take hold and start fermenting and drive your pH down and create a little bit of ethanol, you're subject to whatever wild microbes you get in there. Because no matter what, you use star sand, iodophor, even bleach, stuff like that, you're not sterile.
Yep.
You're never sterile. You're sanitized. And that might be 99%, but you, like I just said with culturing up pasteurized Hoegaarden, you only need 1 or 2 cells to get in there and take off. So yeah, my Petrus Ode brewing culture didn't work out so well, but maybe that is because that bottle is pasteurized and there was nothing in there to start offsetting the pH, and the mold took hold in that. I still have that in the fridge. We should check that out.
Yeah, let's have it tasted.
Yeah, next video.
Yeah.
No.
I say cut on that one. So that's the plan. We got a lot of experiments. We got to do that hop tasting thing. We got to do the wheat thing, and then we got to do this.
No, we got to brew some more beer.
Hey, how about that?
No, we got to do that.
Yeah, let's get on the schedule. All right, for John and Mike, brew-juice.com. Be watching for some experimental videos soon. Soon.
Cheers.
Brew on.